Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Once again, it is the three middle-aged guys just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouth 1.
Actually, we're not bullshitting about nothing. What we're going to be bullshitting about is happy anniversaries. And we're not talking about wedding anniversaries. We're talking about the anniversaries, or how can you say maybe birthdays, of beloved video game classics that have reached much farther than just 1 year or 2 years out there. The first one that comes up to mind in general that just happened August 6th is the anniversary of Metroid.
Oh boy.
Yes. Nintendo's 8-bit exploration adventure series. When they put this out, you can see it right there. It's called the Adventure Series.
Adventure Series.
Yeah.
That's when Nintendo were marking their series and shit.
Exactly. They sat there. They had an idea that the genre thing was going to come up, and as far as classifying things for to make it easy for marketing, not only marketing but also for consumers to go ahead and go out of their way to purchase and everything else. They started classifying things, and then Metroid was one of them, and it was a classic game that was very atmospheric. Gave you a huge area to go out of your way to explore. That was a lot of platforming and everything else. And this came out before Zelda, if I remember correctly.
It did.
Yeah,
like almost a year and something, I think.
Yeah.
No, maybe that's a little bit stretching it a bit, but
I think maybe by a few months or something like that, or maybe by a year. But yeah, Metroid, classic game. Huge success. I'll be honest, I didn't beat the first one until I actually started using the Nintendo Player's Guide to go ahead and with all the maps to get through it. Honest. But this game was so successful that it spawned many sequels. I thought I had a copy of the Game Boy version, but it must be. Yeah, that's Metroid 2. And there's Metroid 3. All right. Metroid 4. All right, Fusion. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of Zero Mission. It's really just a reboot of the first Metroid. One. And then you have the Prime trilogy. All right. This is the Wii version of the Metroid trilogy collection. If you want to go out of your way and actually, if you haven't played any of the Primes, this is a very good version. Actually, a really expensive version, also fine. The Wii pointer and nunchuck movement works out really fucking well for this.
Better than it was for the GameCube?
Yes. And that is no fucking lie. All right. And I have the first two games for the GameCube. Mm-hmm. All right. And then we have this thing. Which is the only...
Okay, wait. Personal story about that. Theory and Reverend told me to stay away from that.
Yeah.
You guys told me to stay away from Other End.
You know what's funny is that this particular coffee right here, it still has a cellophane on it. All right. I was able to get a hold of this, I think, off of eBay, shipped for like $12.
Oh wow.
And like I've said in other videos, I've got a sizable library, and I'm kind of obsessive compulsive when it comes to completing series and stuff like this. That's the only reason why I have this. Really. Yeah.
That's all. So you weren't going to play it again. You weren't going to.
No, I wasn't going to play it again. No, I was not. Nope. But for reference reasons, for archival reasons, it is there. All right?
Metroid, other motherfucker.
Other motherfuckers other than Nintendo making this shit.
Because it was made by Team Ninja.
Yep.
And because when you told me to stay away from Other End, I was like, why? And then you guys told me why. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It can't be like that. And you guys were like, no, with this most serious looks on your faces.
I mean, and just to say this particularly about Other M, You know, it's the thing about Other M is that it just seems really confused. It's
Confused.
no, because the thing is that there are certain parts of it that certain technical parts of it that just seem like they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do. Like the fact that you couldn't move and shoot missiles at the same time, that you're fixed in first person view. When in all the primes, you're in first person and you could move.
You could move.
That was really, really odd. And then, okay, giving Samus a voice, I'm not really complaining about that, but the fact that they went ahead and they turned her into some sort of whiny, weak chick. I mean, she sits there and she has a fucking nervous breakdown when she first meets Ridley, and she kicked the shit out of him 4 times in the previous other game.
Yeah, first Metroid, second Metroid.
Yeah, third Metroid. I mean, she beat the shit out of him like in other games prior. All right, it's like
it really got more advanced, and she still would beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but when she first meets him in Metroid Other M, she turns into a crying, like traumatized. She was this close to sitting there asking Miyamoto for a fucking safe space.
There's only one time that Samus was jittery or ran away about anything, and that was the SAX on Fusion, where you, well, for the most part, you had to hide from that.
Yeah.
You couldn't face it head on. Either you have to hide or run away.
Yep.
That was it. But Ridley, are you serious?
Yes.
Even though Super Metroid, when Ridley shows up at the beginning and you're facing it until Ridley leaves with the Metroid baby, I don't. What?
Yeah.
Another story about Metroid, Metroid Prime. The first time I played it is with Grey Mouse 1 watching me. Grey Mouse 1 actually was like, hey, play this, see how you like it, because he had it on a GameCube. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this works. This works really well. So, Metroid, man, damn. 30 years. And you, look, come on. Metroid 5, please. A 2D Metroid. 2D. 5. Yes, the Primes. Yes, you've heard me say it on numerous videos already, but please, Metroid 5. That's gotta fucking happen, man. Damn it.
What are your thoughts, Grey Mouse? I know we've been rambling on for like the last 10 minutes. Go out of your way. Let us know what you think.
Well, to start off with, you were close, but not quite. Zelda was released in August 20-something of 1987, so about a year difference.
Okay. About a year? I thought because I thought it was maybe a little bit off. Because I know
Metroid was released.
Zelda was 87, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Metroid was released August 8th, and Zelda, let me check it, was actually North America August 22nd. So roughly a year.
Okay.
Okay. Metroid was one of those games that I just bought off of the cuff because back in those days you didn't really know. I mean, we seen it I did see it a couple times in NES Power, or I'm sorry, Nintendo Power, advertised. But we didn't really know what the game was about because we didn't have the internet back then. So it was just mostly the word of mouth. So I picked it up and I brought it home, and I instantly fell in love with it. It was like one of those games. I mean, when you first play it, everybody goes right because everybody's used to the Marios and whatnot. Then you recognize. Then you're like, wait a minute, I can't go. I'm talking about like
can't go anywhere.
Yeah. You can't go nowhere, so you go left to pick up the ball.
Yep.
So and then I was hooked. I really was. It's one of those games that probably would have been better. One of those games that probably would have been better if it had an in-game map, and they rectified that with Super Metroid.
Yes, yes.
Like, I have to admit, with like the Reverend said, that I got lost.
People are still getting lost in Super Metroid with the map.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those games that I will fondly hold, dear to my heart. God, man, Metroid. And then, like I said, Metroid Prime, I thought about not getting it at first. Then I came on the GameCube. I picked it up, and I was really surprised at the transition between, third person to first person view, and vice versa. It was just very smooth animation, and it felt like the Metroid series. In fact, I believe that some of the best Metroid music ever is from the Primes.
From Prime, they remixed some of the originals and put them on Prime.
Yep, correct. Some of them's remixed, but a lot of their new stuff, it's really. I've always played, when I play Metroid, it's always been an atmospheric game. It's always been an atmospheric game. The music brings you right there. It feels like you're on, Planet ZBs or SR 388 or whatever. You felt that you were there fighting.
See, the music of that game spoke volumes. Either the music or when it was quiet.
Yeah.
When it's set mood, it's like, wait a minute, I just entered this place and there's nothing playing at all. What's up?
Yeah. Yep. Or like when you go in the special rooms to get your weapons and stuff, that music, like, oh man.
That was the only complaint that many had about Super Metroid. Every time you got an item, it played that music, and it's kind of slowed down the game sort of bit. But other than that, it was the transition from Metroid, and then Metroid 2 that was on the Game Boy. But when Super Metroid hit, and this was a story that it told you a story without saying a word. Once you got past the intro, you were the one telling the story. And that was one of the main things that hooked me about the Metroid games.
Well, with
Super Metroid. Because it reached you on Metroids 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well,
and then, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, to add on to what you were saying, was that Super Metroid, at the very beginning, it's like you're playing the old Metroid 1 again. It puts you right, where you went through and destroyed the mother brain, but you go the opposite way this time.
Yeah. I mean, you went back to the planet that you just, you went to Zebes and then SR388 because you went to the Metroid's homeworld and, with the baby Metroid and everything, and that baby Metroid plays a part in 3 and in 4.
Yeah. Yep.
Which really, I was just like, oh wow, they actually carried this over, and that little baby sacrifices itself for you.
Yep.
That was a story told in gameplay that was really, really good, because you have to understand, you understood that.
Yep.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You didn't even have to 100% these games in order to enjoy them.
Yep.
I love speeding up and running through things and speeding, and that and a screw attack are my favorite power-ups.
Definitely Nintendo hit a home run with the Metroid series.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much so that amongst a lot of lists, as far as, the internet lists that are so presumptuous to go out of their way to name like the greatest game of all time, in many of the lists, this is number one as far as Super the Metroid game that holds up the best over time. Yeah. And not only just design and everything else, but sound, graphics, everything.
Yeah. See, the thing about that is that it can hold. I've seen it in 1, 2, and 3. I've never seen it less than that in any list online. I've either seen Zelda or Metroid or Super Metroid. I always saw those interchangeably. I've seen Final Fantasy 2 in that top as well. But and Super Mario World, I've always seen those 5 in that little area. I've never seen them anything less.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that that's there for a reason, and there's a reason why people are going out of their way to make recognition of the 30th anniversary for this classic game. Long-standing series always start out that way.